Despite all the aura farming, we know that Jinwoo's powers are being set up for something, but no matter what is being set up, it won't be an interesting villain. Solo leveling won't have an interesting villain to face Jinwoo for sure. Usually shonen anime have two types of villains. Physical type of villain that needs to be defeated to strength, and a moral type of villain that needs to create tough decisions for the hero and make him question his morals. Villains that have both are always the most memorable. In solo leveling, I don't think you can build any of them. You can't build a moral type of villain because Jinwoo doesn't value his morals as something that important. Since being betrayed, Jinwoo became a selfish person. It is consistent for his character not to be willing to save random people because he knows that the weak are always sacrificed in those instances. Those were his thoughts before dying. He cursed his weakness and human nature. So Jinwoo can't become a hero for the people he hates. Whenever he gets into trouble, he helps people to look cool, but he doesn't go out of his way to do it. He doesn't do something until he really has to. It could be because he's unsure that if he uses his powers, people in society will come for him and or his family or ask questions about the source of his powers. But with how varied S Frank's powers are, which doesn't get any explanation for it, his own wouldn't be much of a surprise to anyone besides the mass media. I honestly think that he doesn't help people right away because of his initial traumatic experience. He helped people, then nothing good came out of it. Once again, that being selfless or being selfish dilemma. But he won't do it again. He won't be selfless again. A villain that would attack people or put society in danger to question Jin Woo's morals wouldn't become interesting at all because Jin Woo doesn't really care about people. He will face him in a nonchalant way. Oh, I guess I have to do something. A big fight is going to happen. Animation will look cool or godly. Jin Woo flexes on him and wins and cures himself and other people afterwards. Yeah, that can only happen a few times in a series until it becomes overused or you run out of budget. We can also not set up a strength type of villain because so far Jinwoo is invincible and is looking like it, and he has solutions for everything. My Hero Academia isn't perfect on this matter either, but it sure is better than solo leveling. Deku kept getting new powers as the series went on, but he can't do anything like Jinwoo, which also doesn't make sense because All Might also had the Awful One, but he couldn't use all the extra powers that Deku had. And he was also quirkless, so I don't know. I kind of didn't understand that. But yeah, Jinwoo can do pretty much everything. We don't know, at least we haven't been shown directly all the archetypes you can have in a hunter society that build up a team, but Jinwoo can cover all of them. From what we understood so far, there are assassins, healers, mages, bruisers, at least that's the word I'm going to use, tanks, and archers. The only one that could be more difficult to cover for Jinwoo was the healer because he and his soldiers don't need it. But yeah, as long as he revives a healer, problem solved. Now that he has soldiers fighting for him as well, there's no established limit to his mana reserves. We see his mana drop. Oh damn, his mana was gonna drop. What is he gonna do now? We solved that shit pretty easily. And so with all of these soldiers and everything, it's even easier for him to cover all the archetypes. Besides that, the system is pretty much the Batman belt. It has solutions for fucking everything, even outside of combat, like jackets for the freaking cold, of different sizes and multiple. During fights, he can pretty much pull. That's why he's invincible. And more abilities that we, the audience, can memorize. His power is the system. We don't have to memorize everything else. It doesn't stretch or go too fast or go too slow or make enemies do this or that or freezes them or burns them or whatever. No, it's the system, and the system can do everything. The system has save points. The system has instant heal magic potions. The system has instant mana potions, instant solutions for poison, instant strength boosts, even mobility boosts, teletransportation as well, and all sort of convenient upgrades at convenient hours. He's invisible. He's Superman without kryptonite. After episode 7 of the first season, where my man Jinwoo had half of his torso bitten and full of holes, only once did I feel like Jinwoo was in actual danger, and that was when the S rank was lurking after us. But the show sure did get rid of that threat to have Jinwoo flex on monsters with sheer luck. Still, I think he probably would face him toe to toe, but it just goes to show that whenever we think Jinwoo will face a serious threat, he's always lucky or pulls something out of the system to help him. And if we, the audience, don't feel the limits and rules of his powers, we already assume that he's going to pull something out of his ass. The question becomes how he does it and how cool will it be. Bro, that skill he pulled against Beru, it looked cool and all, but that was a tipping point for me. Like, bro, he got a power up in a millisecond. And I love how the system questions him. You have 0.002 seconds to decide if you want this shit or not. It stops like the end of the it says 0.2 seconds, but it's almost like 10 seconds for us. And Jinwoo, at least so far, doesn't react like freaking Minato. So how is he that fast or reacting that fast? And even in the first episodes when he got the system, he was about to die and he decided in 1.2 seconds. I guess I would as well. But anyway, the only physical enemy I think could defeat or arm Jinwoo would be some other opponent that also benefits from having the system or can strip him out of the system. But by the way, by the name of the show, I don't think that will ever happen. Thus, from what we know so far, you can't set up a physical type of threat to Jinwoo, nor a morally type of threat. The only threat that he could have in a villain would be personal, either something related to his family or to the beast he revives. But this is a battle type of anime, so that wouldn't really happen. And this show, besides this first person kill, it doesn't seem to want to create any sort of dramatic problem for the MC to solve. It just runs away from drama. It doesn't create any sort of drama, hard decisions, strong emotions, or consequences for the MC that we can relate to or understand. The elixir of life has no such thing as a setback. Using the system as no such thing as a setback or dramatic decision that we have to make, besides the ones that are related to killing people, and even in though we really want to do it because most of those people actually sucked. Being a necromancer has no setbacks at all because he's just reviving dead monsters. Wouldn't it be interesting if he, and that's my thought process, wouldn't it be interesting that he became a necromancer in the first place? He was weak and he went to dungeons and shit and he revived dead people and he used them to fight for him and finding the elixir of life and shit and use dead people and be that much of a low person to achieve his objective to cure his mother. And that would be fucking interesting. But no, we just use random monsters that look cool and all. We could have gotten before or afterwards, but we just use random monsters because we still have a house of morality that we don't use dead people. And even after season 2, that shit happened, and we went back to release that S rank healer we brought from death. So even the people he killed didn't even create something of a social or judicial drama. Judicial drama? Yes, something like regarding the justice system in the Hunter Society from him killing those people. They didn't investigate that any further because he's an S rank, so we cannot put him in jail or something. So the rules don't apply, which is kind of something that is not well designed in this show as well. So even when the threat of the S rank coming after us is risen because it's somebody outside of law that can do some justice. And once they investigate what happened, the show gets rid of it straight away. So like this show just avoids drama at any cost, and having an invincible MC doesn't really help at all. Compare it to, bro. I'm comparing it to My Hero Academia, bro, because it's that simple. Deku will be the strongest hero, period. But he isn't invincible. Whenever he is reckless, he gets really, really hurt. And because of his morals and fragilities as well as a mortal being, a villain can be set up easily. And even when even when we don't have a villain, people can love and hate him for existing. In the later seasons, that's what happened. His mother's concern can cause drama for him. His relationship with his colleagues can also cause drama. His will to save people pretty much also causes drama. Him being the heir of All for One also causes drama. So solo leveling, Jinwoo is a god and will remain a god, and we won't question God. Like, people don't even question the fact that he is a false ranker. That possibility existed, and they just glorified him, especially in season 2. Season 2, we were just glorifying aura farming, Jinwoo as fuck. And we just glorified him for being the 10th S rank. He had a track record of shady occurrences and was deemed the weakest hunter on the planet before. So why is nobody questioning how he became an S rank now? Like, we completely go past that fact. We had journalists after us and shit, but never once did we just put some drama into this show and question why is he suddenly all strong and shit. Did somebody wants to know that? Does somebody care? No. Fuck it. Anyway, will Jinwoo be God or being a god? Will that shit ever come back to haunt him in the future?
I once knew a chick named